An empire that once dominated Southeast Asia was obliterated in mere days. Magnificent temples reduced to charred ruins, headless Buddha statues, and plundered treasures. And today's world has almost forgotten that this was once one of the largest cities on earth. Ayutthaya, often dubbed the Venice of the East, was a hub of commerce, culture, and power for nearly 400 years. How could such a glorious civilization collapse so tragically? Today, join Logic Relic as we uncover the secrets, history, rise, tragic fall, and enduring legacy of Ayutthaya to understand why this empire continues to haunt humanity to this day. The legendary origins and mysterious location. On the fertile lands of the Chao Phraya River Basin, less than an hour's journey from modern-day Bangkok, a decision was made that altered the fate of an entire nation. In 1351, a king known as U Thong chose this spot to establish a new capital, Ayutthaya. Historical records often cite political and military reasons, but behind this decision lies a layer of mystery yet to be unraveled. The name Ayutthaya was not chosen by chance. It derives from Ayodhya in the Indian epic Ramayana, the invincible city of the gods. From the moment its name was chosen, Ayutthaya carried a proclamation. This would be an eternal capital, protected by divine forces. The people believed this city was born not only from human will, but also from the arrangement of the divine. Yet, when we look at a map, this arrangement reveals an almost scientific precision. Ayutthaya lies at a strategic confluence of the Chao Phraya River and its major tributaries, forming a rare network of waterways. For medieval societies, rivers were highways, the lifeblood of trade and warfare. Choosing Ayutthaya meant securing control over the heart of Siam while opening a gateway to the world. But the question remains, how could the people of Ayutthaya pinpoint such a perfect location in the 14th century without modern maps, satellites, or advanced surveying techniques? Did they rely solely on folk knowledge, or did they possess an ancient understanding of geomancy, astronomy, and hydrology that we have yet to fully comprehend? Some scholars suggest that the choice of location was not just based on geography, but also tied to ancient astronomical observations. There's a hypothesis that the city's main axis was aligned with the movements of the sun and stars, a practice seen in other great civilizations, from Angkor Wat in Cambodia to the pyramids of Egypt. If true, Ayutthaya was not merely a political capital, but a cosmic center in the ancient worldview. And that is the first mystery of Ayutthaya. Was the choice of location purely strategic wisdom, or the result of a lost body of ancient scientific knowledge? The strange planning, a maze city on water. From above, ancient Ayutthaya resembles an extraordinary painting, a massive man-made island enveloped by a web of rivers and canals. It was called the Venice of the East, but this comparison falls short. While Venice was shaped by unique natural conditions, Ayutthaya was a masterpiece of human engineering, where people harnessed nature's flow to serve their needs. Ayutthaya's canal system was not just for trade, but also a natural defense against invaders. The canals were designed like a spider's web of waterways, confusing and disorienting enemies before they could reach the capital. For ordinary people, small boats navigating these channels became the primary mode of transport, turning the city into a bustling river port. What astonishes modern archaeologists and engineers is how the Ayutthaya people dug these canals and controlled water flow. Without excavators or hydraulic engines, they managed to create canals stretching tens of kilometers, channeling water precisely to prevent flooding while maintaining stable water levels year-round. Some canal segments were even curved for defensive purposes, slowing the flow to hinder enemy warboats. Even more mysterious is their mastery of hydraulics. Modern studies reveal that Ayutthaya's canal system functioned like an intelligent water regulation network, protecting the capital from both drought and floods, a challenge many modern cities still struggle with. How, centuries ago, did the people of Ayutthaya grasp and apply such complex hydraulic principles? Some hypothesize they inherited knowledge from earlier civilizations like the Khmer and Mon, refining it into a superior system. Others believe the Ayutthaya people developed an independent, ancient hydraulic science, blending experience, nature observation, and spiritual beliefs to achieve this feat. Today, standing among the dried-up old canals, visitors see only traces of a city that once lived in harmony with water's flow. Yet, in those remnants, a question lingers. Is Ayutthaya proof that medieval humans understood hydraulics and urban planning far more deeply than we ever imagined? If Ayutthaya was a grand labyrinth of waterways, its temples were the spiritual heart and symbols of royal power. Yet, behind their radiant beauty lie technical questions that modern science still cannot fully answer. At the heart of the ancient capital, the three towering chadis of Wat Phra Si Sanfit stand majestically, symbolizing the soul of the royal lineage. What amazes archaeologists is that Ayutthaya's soil is soft and lies close to riverbanks. How could the ancients erect such massive structures, weighing tens of thousands of tons, that have stood firm for centuries? Excavations reveal that the Kedy's foundations are bell-shaped, distributing weight across multiple soil layers. But to calculate this in the 14th to 15th centuries, without modern measuring tools or reinforced concrete, did the Ayutthaya people possess architectural mechanics far ahead of their time? At the Wat Mahathat ruins, the image of a stone Buddha statue entwined in ancient tree roots has become Ayutthaya's most iconic symbol. Many believe this is mere coincidence, the roots enveloping the statue after the city's fall. But some hypothesize it was an intentional architectural design, a fusion of Buddhist teachings and nature planned from the start. If true, the Ayutthaya people created a work blending profound religious meaning with intricate sculptural artistry, far beyond ordinary thought. The entire capital once gleamed with gold-plated brick towers, but the mystery lies in their construction. Without steel or cement, the bricks were bound with a special mortar capable of withstanding centuries of rain and sun. Researchers have found traces of lime, sand, and even herbs in the mixture, suggesting the Ayutthaya people had a unique, now-lost construction formula. Another question: how did they lift bricks, Buddha statues, and materials weighing tens of tons to heights over 30 meters without cranes or modern machinery? Popular hypothesis: they used wooden scaffolding, pulleys, and human labor. Some archaeologists suggest construction spanned decades, building and reinforcing layer by layer. Yet these remain theories, as no detailed records of Ayutthaya's construction techniques survive. Standing before today's ruined temples, visitors see not only red bricks and broken Buddha statues, but also an architectural enigma yet to be decoded. What knowledge did the Ayutthaya people possess to build such grand structures? Was it merely generational experience, or part of a lost trove of ancient scientific knowledge? To many, the chadis and giant Buddha statues of Ayutthaya's temples are purely religious symbols. But closer inspection reveals they may conceal a sophisticated system of scientific knowledge, a treasure trove the Ayutthaya people seem to have mastered. The bell-shaped chadi, long seen as a symbol of Mount Meru, the mythical mountain in Indian Buddhist cosmology, also serves a technical purpose. Its wide base and tapering top are an ingenious solution for distributing weight, ensuring stability on the soft riverside soil. Could this religious form also reflect an early application of architectural mechanics discovered by the Ayutthaya people? Many researchers note that the temple's layout was not random. Some structures align with the sun's rise and set on specific days, while others mirror the Chao Phraya River's flow, creating a feng shui-like mountain water convergence. This raises the question: was Ayutthaya a miniature cosmic model, its architecture reflecting the workings of nature and the heavens? Beyond form and placement, some Ayutthaya temples exhibit peculiar acoustic phenomena. In certain halls, chanting or drumming produces perfect echoes, filling the space with sacred resonance. This suggests the Ayutthaya people may have understood acoustic resonance and material arrangement to create natural echo effects, a knowledge also seen in ancient religious sites from Egypt to Greece. These discoveries lead to a bold hypothesis. The Ayutthaya people may have integrated mathematics, astronomy, materials science, and physics into their architecture, beyond mere religious devotion. Though no detailed manuscripts survive, the bricks, chadis, and temple echoes bear traces of a lost ancient science. In 1767, after nearly 4 centuries of glory, Ayutthaya faced its darkest moment. The Burmese army, with overwhelming forces, besieged the city, cutting off all supplies. In a ferocious assault, the capital's seemingly impregnable defenses crumbled. In just days, the city became a sea of fire. Gold-plated palaces burned to ashes. Magnificent temples were ravaged. Buddha statues, sacred symbols of the kingdom, were beheaded, many melted for their gold. The clash of swords mingled with cries of despair, leaving a legacy of tragedy that lingers to this day. Remarkably, though the flames of war consumed nearly the entire capital, many structures endured. Red brick walls and bullet-scarred chaidas have stood firm through centuries of rain and wind. Though roofs, wooden frames, and intricate decorations vanished, the core architecture persists, defying both time and destruction. Researchers today still wonder, why did some statues, walls, and foundations survive when most wooden and lightweight structures were completely lost? One theory suggests the Ayutthaya people used specially fired bricks with exceptional durability. Others believe the traditional mortar, mixed with lime, clay, sand, and herbs, provided uncanny resilience. Some even proposed the bell-shaped structural design helped disperse force, allowing buildings to withstand violent attacks. Today, visitors to the ruins see headless Buddha statues and weathered, fire-scarred walls, historical scars still visible. Yet these ruins testify to the Ayutthaya people's extraordinary construction techniques. A craft strong enough for bricks and stones to endure when the flames of war erased an empire. Ayutthaya fell in tragedy, but from its ashes, architectural mysteries endure, challenging scientists to this day. The unraveled scientific legacy. Today, Ayutthaya is but moss-covered ruins, a shadow of its former self. Yet, in 1991, this ancient capital was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, affirming its enduring value to human history. The cracked red brick walls, solitary chaidas under the sun, and silent headless Buddha statues amid the ruins all stand as witnesses to a once great civilization. But Ayutthaya is more than a historical lesson. It is an uncracked vault of ancient scientific knowledge. Each brick still poses questions about a mortar formula that defies time. Each canal holds traces of a complex hydraulic system, seemingly aware of modern engineering principles. Each temple, with its sturdy structure and strange acoustics, suggests the ancients may have possessed knowledge far beyond what we assume. How could a medieval society build a super city so sustainable and magnificent, leaving the modern world puzzled by its technical mysteries? From a riverside land along the Chao Phraya, Ayutthaya rose to become one of the world's greatest capitals. For nearly 4 centuries, it witnessed a fusion of commerce and culture, power and religion, architecture and art. But like all empires, Ayutthaya could not escape the cycle of rise and fall. The tragedy of 1767 turned the splendid city to ashes. Yet, ashes could not bury its light. Today, the remaining ruins stand tall, eternal witnesses to an Eastern civilization. Ayutthaya does not merely tell us of a glorious past, but reminds humanity of the fragility of power and the eternity of legacy. That is why Ayutthaya lives on in the world's memory, not just a lost city, but a symbol of human intellect, strength, and creative brilliance. The Logic Relic team extends our heartfelt thanks to all of you, our audience, who have supported and joined us on this journey to uncover history's mysteries. Your interest and love are the driving force behind our efforts to bring you even better stories in the future. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Share with us the historical sites or mysteries you'd like us to explore in future episodes. Who knows? Your suggestion might become the next adventure we embark on with you. Once again, thank you, and see you in our next journey.